Kamen Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the Deluxe Sword Driver from the brand new series Kamen Rider Saber. So as you can see here, we have like the main driver set. This is the special set that comes with like the main henshin device for the main rider, but then you also have lions as well as his attachment. It actually comes in kind of a cool, unique box, which I'll cut away to right now. That's like outside of the regular box that I wanted to cut away and show. And I just wanted to get this out of the way first. You know, here is the most important part, the belt strap that you attach together and goes on the side here, and I wanted to show like, oh, it's super easy to put there, look, it's there, but then I want to toss it to the side because it just takes up needless room, if that's cool with you guys. If it's not, well, it's my show. As for just the main driver on its own, honestly, I really dig the concept. I think it's a cool idea. I think it's unique and it makes for some fun aspects of it. I think it's definitely one of the cheaper and most toy-like looking ones. I mean, obviously they're all toys, but you know, the 01 stuff had a little bit more of a sleek vibe to it, especially the initial hidden driver, but this one's certainly much more toy-like, almost at times looking like a bootleg, like fake Rider driver you'd see at Big Lots if we had Rider stuff here, if you know what I mean. But it does look a little bit better in person. I mean, it's really basic. It's just this hunk of plastic and then this golden chrome here. This is literally just a hunk of plastic. Thanks, spoiler alert for your sounds. And then you pull the sword out here. And this is where all the electronics are hosted, and there's a nice little LED there which looks really cool, and there's like some really cool little details you can see when it lights up. And then you have this faceplate here which looks rather cheap, and it pops off super easy and pops on super easy. In fact, almost too easy. Like sometimes it was popping off when I was doing practice, and that just kind of sucked. But it looks really basic, really gray, really boring. You know, like I said, it's one of the cheaper looking ones. It ended up looking a little bit better in person than I thought, but I still think it looks kind of cheap. But it's some fun ideas in it. On-off switch here. So you already heard the sound you get with that, and then when you put it in there, this just sounds like it's like an empty chamber. So it can't really do anything without like the main gimmick. So here's the main gimmick, the little books. I already covered Peter, Fantasia, Fantasista, Phantom of the Opera. He will be in this review for showing off the features later. Here's the books. I'm kind of okay on these. Like, I'm not jumping out of my seat over them, but I respect the creativity of it. I think they're pretty cool for like the idea of it, and I like the art on the front here. You can press this. Whoops, sorry, I cut you off there, bud. So you get that noise, and then when you open up just the front face plate, you see this design in here, and then you have a QR code so you can order BK at home on Uber. I'm just kidding, that's what they always have on TNT. And then when you press this, like the book back, you get like the little explanation, which I think is a cool way of doing it. Like literally you're opening the book and it tells you about it, and then the screen goes blurry. That's not part of it, it's only in my universe. But at the same time, it feels like sometimes it won't go and I have to press it and I'm worried I'm gonna break it. So I wish it felt a little more secure in that aspect. But let's go ahead and do the henshin sequence. So to do that, you slot this in right here. You can technically slot them in anywhere, but I'm gonna slot it in here. And it is a little bit more snug than previous ones. Not like this is the first, second, third driver of it, but you know what I mean, like of this mechanism, it does feel a little bit more snug compared to some others, but it's not so bad. Waiting music. Sounds like a early 2000s cell phone ring from Singular Wireless. So then pull it out. Hey-oh! So there's the main sounds for that. And then you get those flashes afterwards. And then look, it must be the work of an enemy stand user. Doesn't this kind of look like a stand, like honestly? But you get this cool art on the inside, and then when you pull back here again, there we go. It'll say Babe Dragon. Yo babe, how's it going? So okay, so now you have two different attacks. So put the sword back in, you know, that's how attacks work. And the first one, you press this button once, and then you press it again, and it's kind of like for the rider kick. They moved up to a 2003 ringtone. Okay, and then the second one, you press the button and then pull out. Dear God, this is going to be a long year. But the fun doesn't stop there. Then you can scan a book on the tip of your sword. So that's cool, you get an attack for one and then one for... multiples, like that. And in case you're at all confused about it, there's a little like triangle thing here that lines up here, which is actually kind of cool. I dig the way that works, and it's just quite a bit of functionality, honestly. Okay, now let's head over to Lions. So we'll just pop this faceplate on, and then, or off, wow, awesome, and then put this one on here. And do you want to put it on the right way or the wrong way? There we go. Okay, so now, you know, it doesn't really change much, just the way it looks on that one part. So now let's go ahead and take a look. Here's Lions right here. You know, same deal, you got the design. Got the sounds. Got his story. Okay, now we can do his noises. I like Blades, or not Blades, this is Blades. I like Saber's like sounds a little bit more. This one's a little bit too sing-songy for me. Now I did that in the regular slot, which I just had Dragon in, but like the instructions or the show or whatever does want you to have it in the middle, so let's just do that quick. Alright, and then you can take a look at his stand user, which looks pretty cool in there. Now let's do our attack noises. Alright, now we can do our little scannings quick. Okay, and now we can put both of them in there together. Heyo. Oops. So you can see there now that their two pictures kind of like form this like, hey, here's the body and the two arms, which is really cool. Now we'll do their attack sounds. Then it'll just say the one you scan on. See? So many steps. So that said Lion Dragon. Okay, now let's talk about Peter Fantasia real quick. Actually, Peter Pan, and he's Rumpelstiltskin's evil dad. Never forget it. Don't let the history books tell you different. So let's just do this one by itself real quick, and then we'll show the combos. You can see the art in there, the arm piece. Alright, now we have two more things to do. First, we'll do one with just Dragon in there with Peter, and then we'll do one with all three of them, and you'll be able to see what that does. So this is like an armor, or a, auxiliary armor form, ability form, whatever you want to call it. And again, the order will change if you switch up the order that they're in there. Okay, so you get the idea of that. And also, I forgot to mention that just like with Dragon, this one and Lion will make that noise when you pull back their book covers. So now let's just really quickly do one with all three of them in here. So that's pretty cool. Now we can do the attacks real quick. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, it's neat the way it sort of constructs this little story. You know, you have the middle and then the two arms, like a left arm and a right arm, or right arm and left arm, depending on which way you're looking at it. But they each have designated spots, and it kind of forms this little picture, which I think is really neat and a little bit of extra playability there. So overall, I feel like I have kind of mixed feeling on this driver, to be honest. Like, I think it's a lot of fun. I think kids in Japan are really going to like this. I think it's really unique. It's got a lot of playability with the books and how they work and the different slots and working together, and the fact fact that the way it works with like the sheathing like a sword and then the scanning of the sword as well, it's got a lot of different functions. So I think it's a lot of fun and I respect the creativity of it. But again, I can't help but feel it definitely feels like one of the cheaper ones, and it's a little bit clunky to deal with and a little bit cheap to deal with too, like not just in the way it looks, but I often had times where these bits were popping off or the books wouldn't pop out. Like there was a couple deleted takes from this review where I couldn't get these to pop out, and that would happen often. Maybe it's just mine, but I've had a kind of clunky experience with it, but it's mostly fun. It's not like absolutely my personal favorite cup of tea, but I think it's a fun driver. Anyway guys, that's about it for this one. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell to get notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.